All right, today we're peeling back the curtain on a document that seriously reads like something out of a sci-fi movie, but it's actually a blueprint for military tech. We got a hold of this E-Monograph, and it lays out a pretty wild vision for the next generation of military drones. Okay, let's jump right in.
So, first things first, let's set the stage a bit. Drone warfare isn't some far-off concept anymore. It's the reality of conflict today. I mean, you've seen the news, right? From Eastern Europe to the Middle East, these unmanned systems have become a huge deal, and they're completely rewriting the playbook for modern warfare.
And this quote from the document, it just nails it. This is a massive disruption. The fact that you can now deploy really effective, low-cost drones is challenging the old way of doing things, with huge armies and expensive jets. It's a whole new kind of war, where the software and the microchips are becoming just as important as the tanks and battleships. Which, brings us right back to this document. Think of it as a conceptual roadmap. It's not just about where drone tech is right now, but where it's headed. And let me tell you, some of the ideas in here are truly mind-bending. But okay, let's ease into it. We'll start small. First up, meet the Black Hummingbird Mini-Drone. So, why does this thing exist? Well, the document explains that you need these super stealthy, agile drones for really tricky situations where the bigger ones just can't go. Think tight city alleys, inside a building, or deep in a forest. And just look at the scale here. It's incredible. This isn't just some cool gadget. It's a serious piece of surveillance gear that literally fits in the palm of your hand. This isn't just about making tech smaller. No way. This creates a whole new capability for getting intelligence up close and personal without anyone ever knowing you're there.
Yeah, the whole design is built for stealth. It's quiet, hard to spot on radar, super sneaky. But here's the kicker. The real game changer is how smart it is. It can fly itself. And get this, it's built to work in swarms. Just try to picture that for a second. Not just one, but a whole cloud of them, all working together, mapping an entire building in just a few seconds. Wild.
Okay, but as cool as the Hummingbird is, it's really just the tip of the iceberg. This document sketches out an entire family of specialized drones. Each one is a specialist, built for a very specific, very tough job. It's like they're building a toolbox where there's a custom drone for every single possible scenario. For instance, check out the iced drone. I mean, the name kind of gives it away, right? This is a hybrid robot built for the absolute coldest, most brutal places on Earth. We're talking glaciers, polar ice caps, places where normal tech just freezes up and dies. This thing can fly, but it can also land and basically skate across the ice. Pretty smart. And then you've got this one, the Manta Raya Negra. That's Spanish for black manta ray. And its big trick? It's a dual-domain vehicle. So what does that mean? It means this thing can fly and then boom, dive right into the water and keep going. Imagine tracking something from the air and then following it right under the waves. The strategic possibilities there are just massive. All right, so we've seen the small and the specialized. Now, let's talk about the big boss, the top of the food chain. If the Hummingbird is the sneaky little spy, the MRN X7, well, that's the apex predator. This is the biggest, baddest piece of hardware in the whole blueprint. This thing is a huge jump forward into what designers are calling 7th generation tech. And that means it's not just about being fast and stealthy anymore. It's about being smart, with advanced AI, networked systems, the ability to adapt on the fly. And you can see it in the design, right? That blended wing shape isn't just for looks. It's all about being nearly invisible to radar while being super efficient, so it can stay in the air for a very long time.
But look, as absolutely mind-blowing as all this hardware is, the document keeps coming back to one key point. The biggest changes aren't happening with the metal and composites. The real revolution, it's happening in the code. It's all about the brain inside the machine.
And that brings us to the real heart of this whole thing. The author has a term for it, RUAVs. That stands for Robot Unmanned Aerial Vehicles. And this is the central idea of the entire paper. We're talking about a shift away from what we think of as drones and towards something else entirely, truly intelligent robotic platforms. So you got to ask the question, right? What if a drone didn't need a pilot? And I don't just mean flying from point A to point B on a map. I mean, really, what happens when these things can handle complex, messy, unpredictable missions all on their own? And here's the key difference, the big idea.
An RUAV is what the document calls a decision-centric system, not just a platform-centric machine. In other words, its main job isn't just to fly. Its main job is to decide. It's built to see what's happening, learn from it, and make critical choices all by itself. We're talking about a leap from a tool that a person uses to an agent that acts on its own.
To really get what a huge leap this is, just look at how far we've come. Step 1 was simple remote control. A person is always flying it. Right now, we're mostly in step 2, semi-autonomous. The drone can handle stuff like staying level, but a human is always watching over it. This document, it's all about step 3, full autonomy, where the machine thinks, adapts, and acts completely on its own.
So, let's just recap for a second. We've gone from a tiny spy drone that fits in your hand to specialized bots for ice and water, all the way up to a massive stealth predator. That's a huge range, a massive evolution in hardware. But that final step, that jump into true robotic autonomy, well, that changes the entire game. And that leaves us with the biggest, and maybe the most uncomfortable question of all. As this technology gets better and better, as these machines can really make their own decisions in the heat of the moment, who or what is making that final life or death call on the battlefield? When the machine itself is calling the shots, what does that future even look like?